Hi, my name is Dan Nelson, and I want to talk today about that ubiquitous problem of beginner painters, mud. What is it? Muddy colors. You've heard it, right? You've probably seen it, maybe on your canvas. I want to tell you what I believe it is. It's basically trying to get some part of your painting, whatever big, little, small part of your painting, darker. Got it? And I've got a painting here that's 2/3, 3/4 done, so it's a good painting for me to demonstrate on. You've got some region of the painting you want it darker, so in order to get darker, you use white paint. If that doesn't shock you, you're not paying attention. Why would anyone use white paint to get dark with? That's a very good question, and I hope after watching this video, in fact, you will never do it again. Let me demonstrate. So I've got 3 areas of this painting that I want a little bit darker. One is this part of this muddy road. By the way, mud has absolutely nothing to do with color. Mousy gray, brown gray, grays are beautiful. There's no such thing as a bad color. Every color is perfect in its perfect spot. So let me just dispel that myth right away. There's no such thing as a muddy color. It's not a matter of color. It's a matter of misusing opacity. Okay, so let me go back to definitions. What is mud? It's trying to get some part of your painting darker. Got it? You want this a little bit darker, and you're going to do that using opaque paint. Last time I said white paint, because white is what makes paint opaque, basically. So you with me? I want this part of the road a little bit darker. First, I'm going to do it the wrong way with some opaque brown paint. There, did it. Now, I have to zoom in here real close so you can see what's going on. Okay, so there's part of the road I just made darker. Some of you will be saying, what's wrong with that? Well, it doesn't look terribly bad until I show you the alternative. So I've got a little bit of terpenoid on this rag. I'm going to wipe that off. Everything on this canvas right now is dry. Now let me show you accomplishing the same thing with transparent color. Now, can you see the difference? In fact, let me do a side by side. Here's the transparent color. I'll wipe that off. And here's the opaque color. This is dull and flat and boring. This has zing in it. It pops, it sings, there's some interest in it. This is flat, dull, mud. That's mud, okay? So I'll go back to doing it the right way. Here it is again in transparent paint. Okay, now I'm also going to do this area of the painting right here. I want it slightly darker green. Here we go. Here's my opaque green. Darker. See, I want this area of my canvas darker, so I'm using, at the moment, wrongly using opaque paint. Now, there are a lot of people who paint this way. Yes, I wish I could get a hold of all of them. Some of them are famous and rich. Well, use your eyes. There it is. Do you see it? Yes, it's darker. Yes, it's a dark green. Yes, it's muddy. Let me erase that and accomplish now the same thing using transparent green paint. Now it's transparent. You might say, well, it's a little bit too green. Okay, I'll add a little bit more brown to my brush. There we go. Now, can you see that? Yes, now it's darker. I want it browner again. There we go. It's darker, but now it's fascinating. It's interesting. It's an interesting dark color. Again, I'll do this side by side. There's the dark transparent, and here's the dark opaque. Can you see that this is muddy compared to that? Now I want to paint the roof of this shed. I definitely want it darker. So again, I'm going to do it wrong the first time. Here it is, painting with dark red. I want it to be a rusty red roof. And here I am using opaque paint. I'm making this part of the painting darker, check, using opaque paint. Doesn't look too bad to some of you. That's because you're used to seeing this mud. Substitute a stronger word there, you'll get the point. Okay, wiping it off now. Now, accomplishing the same thing using transparent paint. Whoa, much better. This issue of getting dark with transparent colors and light with opaques is actually part of a much bigger principle. The principle is this: human beings do not like seeing dark paint on top of light paint. Let me say that again. Human beings do not like seeing dark paint on top of light paint. Now this has nothing to do with watercolor. This is in the world of oil and acrylics. If you're paying attention, you should be going, what? But there's times we have to do dark on top of light. Good, then you're paying attention. That's right. So there are two things you can do to get around or to mitigate against this thing that I say the human eyeball does not like seeing. One is, instead of using opaque paint, use transparent paint. We like transparent better. The other principle, so let me put my transparent red here again. Not quite dark enough. Let me darken it. Oh, and some of you are saying, well, how do you get, where do you buy these transparent colors? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, it has nothing to do with buying stuff, okay? It has to do with mixing your paints with mediums like liquid or archival, or if you want linseed oil, if you want to take days and weeks to do your paintings, go ahead, use the linseed oil. So I prefer the fast drying mediums. So there again, let me zoom in. Once again, I am using a transparent color to accomplish my getting darker. Now, the second thing we can do, because we don't like seeing dark paint on top of light, and I have just put dark paint down, but it was transparent, so it doesn't bother us quite as much. But then the rest of it is, every time you put some dark paint on your canvas, you follow up with light paint. I'm even going to use a palette knife here to do some of these ridges in this tin roof. Not too much, just a little bit. And then, so now I have opaque paint on my brush. What? I thought you hated opaque. No, 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 I don't hate opaque paint. I just use it only when I want to get lighter. And you see now that I have this value, this level of darkness, and I want it lighter. So I'm achieving my lighterness, let me make up that word, with opaque paint now on my brush. So where does mud come from? Mud comes from making some area of your painting darker using opaque paint. The other bigger principle is the human eye does not like seeing, we don't even like seeing a dab of dark paint laying on the top of white paint. We like it the other way around. We like light paint on top of dark. So anytime you do need some part of your painting to be darker, first of all, do it with transparent color, then we like it, and then follow through with light highlights on top of that, and then whew, everybody happy. Thanks again for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel so you don't miss anything. If you want more information, click on this magical link right here. And if you want specialized instruction, I have a special deal going on right now. Look at it in the description below. Oh, and keep those suggestions coming. I love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again soon.